Good morning and welcome to our Zoom worship service. I'm joining you today from beautiful Sequim, Washington, where I came to do a wedding. I officiated at the wedding yesterday, and I'm just feeling lucky that the miracles of technology are such that I don't have to miss this very special service. Today, of course, is Music Sunday. But before we get started, we're going to have a little musical call to worship. When we have a lot of music, we make extra spots for it. So, Sam, you want to go ahead and roll it?
Let us sing together, let us sing together, one and all together in song. Let us sing together, one and all together in song. Let us sing again and again, let us sing again and again. Let us sing again and again, on and all together in song.
Let us sing together, let us sing together, one and all together in song. Let us sing together, one and all together in song. Let us sing together, one and all together in song. Let us sing together, one and all together in song. Let us sing together, one and all together in song. Let us sing again and again. Let us sing again and again. Let us sing again. One and all together in song. Let us sing again together. Let us sing together in song. Let us sing together, one and all together in song. Let us sing again and again. Let us sing again and again. Let us sing again and again, one and all together in song.
We're going to take a moment here to acknowledge that the land on which our homes and our church were built was not uninhabited when European settlers arrived here with their ideas of conquest and ownership. For those of us who live in Moscow, Pullman, or other nearby communities, we live on the ancestral homelands of the Nimipu, called Nez Perce by the French-speaking traders, the Palouse, and the Shit-Shroomsh, called the Coeur d'Alene. If you're joining us from another place, I encourage you to discover who inhabited or moved through the place where you now live in the times before colonization and genocide, and where they are now. We pause and remember that we live on ground that is sacred, ground that was stolen, ground that cries out for justice and for responsible stewardship. May our remembering help us find the courage to do our part to restore wholeness to the earth and all her peoples. And now let's join together for the words of welcome, unison chalice lighting, and sung affirmation. Whoever you are, wherever you've come from, whatever your beliefs, whomever you love, and however bumpy your life's journey, know that you are welcome here. If you have a candle or a chalice to light, I'd invite you to light it now and say the words to light it with the Thompsons.
We're the Thompsons. I'm Susan. This is Paul. And this is Michael.
In the light of truth and warmth of love, we gather to seek and seek to share. From all that dwell below the skies, let songs of hope and love arise. Let beauty, truth, and by every tongue.
So today is a very special Sunday, our Music Sunday. Instead of a sermon or a homily, we will have a sermon in song with a couple of poems thrown in for good measure. As you hopefully have already heard, Paul, Susan, and Michael Thompson are moving to Wisconsin, where Paul will be stepping back into academia as Director of Choral Activities at Ripon College. This is sort of his swan song with us, though he'll continue to do some video and audio editing for us remotely. I feel incredibly lucky to have had the opportunity to work with Paul. His skills are formidable, which you probably know, but he's also just a joy to work with. And I don't think I would have survived the transition to Zoom worship without his help and support. Sam Welsh is going to be taking over as our music director and tech guru. And I just want to say that he's already demonstrated his own formidable and slightly different skills, and is just as easy to work with. Our worship life will continue to be well supported and high quality. And let me be clear. What Paul and now Sam bring behind the scenes is just as important as what those of us who are front and center have to offer, if not more so. So today's service is a collaboration between the two of them. And let me tell you, you're in for a real treat. We choose to worship this way because music can touch us and move us in ways that go deeper than words. So, with no further ado, let's begin by singing together.
Now let us sing,
Sing to the Father,
sing, sing. Now let us sing,
Sing to the
sing,
Father,
sing, sing. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Now let us sing to the power of the faith within. Now let us
Sing
sing,
to the Father,
sing, sing. Now let us
Sing
sing,
to the Father,
sing. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Now let us sing to the power of the hope within. Now let us sing,
Sing to the Father,
sing. Now let us
Sing
sing,
to the Father,
sing. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Now let us power of the love within. Now let us sing, sing. Now let us sing, sing. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Now let us sing to the power of the joy within.
Sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice. Let all things living now sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice. Let all things living now sing and rejoice,
Sing and rejoice.
sing and rejoice, 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 sing and rejoice. Let all things living now sing and rejoice.
Our meditation today will be sung and then silent, and then we'll have another song. So I'd invite you to settle in, take a few deep breaths, and let the music flow through you.
The Lord is my shepherd, I have all I need. She makes me lie down in green meadows, beside the still waters she will lead. She restores my soul. She rights my wrongs. She leads me in a path of good things and fills my heart with songs. Even though I walk through a dark and dreary land, there is nothing that can shake me. She has said she won't forsake me. I'm in her hand. She sets a table before me in the presence of my foes. She anoints my head with oil, and my cup overflows. Surely, surely goodness and kindness will follow me all the days of my life, and I will live in her house forever, forever and ever. Glory be to our Mother and Daughter and to the Holy of Holies, as it was in the beginning, is now and ever shall be, world without end. Amen.
Amen, and blessed be. no bispach. Our sermon in song is going to come in 4 parts. There will be 2 songs in each part, divided or separated by a poem, or maybe connected by a poem. And we're going to begin with 2 songs and a poem that invite us to shake off our COVID-19 winter doldrums and emerge into the warmth of summer.
Little red bird comes to my windowsill, being so lonesome, shaking that morning chill. Oh, little red bird, open your mouth and say, being so lonesome, just about blown away. So long now I've been out in the rain and snow, but when it's come, I'm gone. Oh, little bird, taught me so.
Cutting Loose by William Stafford. Sometimes from sorrow for no reason you sing. For no reason you accept the way of being lost, cutting loose from all else and electing a world where you go where you want to. Arbitrary, a sound comes, a reminder that a steady center is holding all else. If you listen, that sound will tell you where it is, and you can slide your way past trouble. Certain twisted monsters always bar the path, but that's when you get going best. Glad to be lost, learning how real it is here on earth again and again.
Sat on my window and he told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dutch on the concrete. Maybe sometimes we got it wrong, but it's alright. The more things seem to change, the more they stay the same. Don't you hesitate, girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow. sunburnt and lonely, sipping tea in a bar by the roadside.
Just relax, just relax.
Don't you let those other boys fool you. Gotta love that afro hairdo. Maybe sometimes we feel afraid, but it's alright. The more you seem to change, the more they stay the same. Don't you think it's strange? Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow, just more than I could take. Pity for pity's sake, some nights kept me awake. I thought that I was stronger. When you gonna realize that you don't even have to try any longer? Do what you want to, girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow.
Our second set reminds us that along with sun, the summer brings rain, and sometimes, if we're lucky, even rainbows.
The silver rain, the shining sun, and fields where scarlet poppies run, and all the ripples of the wheat are in the bread that I do eat. For when I sit at every meal and say a grace, I always feel that I am eating rain and sun and fields where scarlet poppies run.
In Rain by Wendell Berry. In a mist of light, falling with the rain, I walk this ground of which dead men and women I have loved are part, as they are part of me. In earth, in blood, in mind, the dead and the living into each other pass, as the living pass in and out of loves, as stepping to a song. The way I go is marriage to this place, grace beyond chance, love's braided dance covering the world.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? What's on the other side?
Rainbow
Those are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide.
So we've been told, and some choose to believe it.
I know they're wrong, wait and see.
Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star?
Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it, but look what it's done so far.
What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see?
Someday we'll find it,
The rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep?
and have you heard voices?
I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls to young sailors? Maybe they're one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da 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 dee da, la da da dee da dee da dee.
This third set reminds us that sometimes words are extraneous. There's a gladness that says, without words, everything.
Everything by Mary Oliver. I want to make poems that say right out, plainly what I mean, that don't go looking for the laces of elaboration, puffed sleeves. I want to keep close and use often words like heavy, heart, joy, soon, and to cherish the question mark and her bold sister, the dash. I want to write with quiet hands. I want to write while crossing the fields that are fresh with daisies and the everlasting and the ordinary grass. I want to make poems while thinking of the bread of heaven and the cup of astonishment. Let them be songs in which nothing is neglected, not a hope, not a promise. I want to make poems that look into the earth and the heavens and see the unseeable. I want them to honor both the heart of faith and the light of the world, the gladness that says, without any words, everything.
Our final set reminds us that there's something that calls us onward, open, and upward. And that something is love.
Here's to Opening and Upward by E. Cummings. Here's to opening and upward, to leaf and to sap, and to your in my arms flowering so new self, whose eyes smell of the sound of rain. And here's to silence, certainly mountains, and to a disappearing poet of always, snow. And to morning, and to morning's beautiful friend, twilight, and a first dream called ocean. And let must or if be damned with whoever's afraid, down with ought, with because, with every brain which thinks it thinks, nor dares to feel, but up with joy, and up with laughing and drunkenness. Here's to one undiscoverable guess of whose mad skill each world of blood is made, whose fatal songs are moving in the moon.
This is the sound of one voice, one spirit, one voice, the sound of one who makes a choice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice.
This is the sound of voices too. The sound of me singing with you, helping each other to make it through. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices three, singing together in harmony, surrendering to the mystery. This is the sound of voices three. This is the sound of voices three. This is the sound of all of us, singing with love and the will to trust. Leave the rest behind and we'll turn to dust. This is the sound of all of us. This is the sound of all of us. This is the sound of one voice, one people, one voice, a song for every one of us. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice.
Wasn't that wonderful? Paul, Susan, and little Michael, with so much gratitude for all your contributions that have strengthened and sustained us as a community, we send you on your way with our love and our blessings. May the next chapter in your life be filled with love and adventure and learning and growth. And may you know that you carry us with you and that you'll always be a part of the UUCP family. Above all, may you know the peace that comes from living the life that is in you, wanting to be lived. Go with our love. Our closing words are by my colleague, the Reverend Mishra Marzadi. The universe sings no less because time and space wear us thin. The music calls us to recognize our limitations, to recognize that the song is best sung with others. Let's sing now our musical benediction, There is a Love.
There is a love
And now I'd invite you to embody the flame, extinguish your candle or the light of your chalice, and say with me these words. We extinguish this chalice that it might glow gently in our hearts. May it light our paths as we leave this place. May it guide our way until we are together again. We have been so blessed today by the gifts of music, and we have been so blessed for this past couple of years by the gifts of Paul Thompson and Susan. We're lucky. We made it through. We made it through pandemic. We're coming out the other side, and we're going to find our way to the next way of being human, all of us. And that next chapter is going to be a beautiful one, just a little bit truer, just a little bit more full and whole for each and every one of us. I love you all.